This is the training and demonstration kit for the Cytech Environmental Monitoring System. On the left is the CM9001 EMS PCB controller. On the right is the keypad. If you look at the keypad, these are the buttons which you use to monitor the sensors and the set points. If you press the bottom function key, you will scroll through the different sensors which are being monitored. There are three sensors here: temperature, humidity, and water leakage, which are on the MSM01. You can monitor up to 8 sensors using one keypad, and there can be up to 15 keypads in the system. So for temperature, you can press the third button to enable and disable the set point. If you disable the set point, you're only looking at the temperature. If you enable the set point, you can increase the set point or decrease it as you require. So go to the next one, humidity. The same thing, you can disable and enable the set point. You can increase and decrease the set point using these two buttons, the plus and minus buttons. And similarly for the humidity, you can disable and enable the set point and increase and decrease the set point here, and these two buttons. Now, to see what happens when there's an alarm, we go to let's say the temperature, and if the temperature increases above the set point, then the alarm will go off. But since we cannot increase the temperature, we can do the same thing by reducing the set points. Okay, if we go below the set point, then we have the high temperature alarm. You see, the alarm is displayed here, and you can see the alarm. This red LED is blinking, and there's a siren sound. And at this time, you can program for SMS to be sent to up to 15 numbers. Now, to disable the alarm or to disarm the alarm, you enter the user code. By default, it's 1234. So 1, 2, 3, 4 hash. That will silence the alarm. Right, and you can see the temperature on there. Let's increase it a little bit. Same thing as the humidity. Humidity here. Humidity. You want to trigger alarm. You can, if the humidity increases above the set point, then there'll be alarm. But if you reduce the set point to trigger an alarm for demonstration, the humidity? Okay, so at this point, there's a high humidity alarm. Okay, and at this point you can send the SMS. So again, press 1234 hash to disable it. You can change the user code at any time. Alright, for the water leakage, we will show that next. This is the other end of the demo, the EMS demo kit. You can see the MSM multi-sensor module and the GSM module here. There is a built-in temperature and humidity sensor inside the MSM01, and this can be mounted on the wall of the server room. The water leakage cable is here. You can see this water leakage cable will cause an alarm when it's inserted, when the cable gets wet. And this is plugged into this connector here. There are 2 water leakage connectors for 2 cables like this. All right, so here we have plugged in the cable into input 1 of the water leakage input. And this is a waterproof connector. It allows you to connect the water leakage cable through a normal cable to the input of the MSM01. All right, so let's look at the keypad on the other side of it to show how it works. So the water leakage cable, the value is 67 and the set point is 85. Now these numbers are not of any units, they're just a relative indication as to whether there's there's water or not. So 67 is a base level. When it's not wet, the cable reading will be 67. Now let me show you when, let me disable this alarm, 67. So what happens if we put this cable into water? Okay, now it gets wet, right? And you see the reading goes to 101. So this, when you can have the set point here, the more water the more you immerse this, the higher it will get to a certain extent. All right, so by setting a set point, we can detect whether there's water or the cable is wet or not. All right, it will not go that it goes to a certain limit. Okay, when we take out the cable, it takes a few seconds to dry, and then it will go back to its normal level. Okay, so let's see what happens when we enable the set point. Okay, I set it to 85. And I put the cable into the water here. Now you see it'll go up, and then there's a warning alarm. Water leakage 1. Alright, so disarm the alarm, just enter 1234 hash again. Okay, and that's how the water leakage alarm works.